try as I might, try to be so careful and watch my depth, but I got down into it, got another boogie mark on it. We'll have to fly it and watch it. We'll see. But again, this joker is so thick, that little nick's not going to bother at all. So take your time. If you're going to try this, take your time. This one did not come off as easily as the first one. That's why I had to make extra cuts. I did one cut on one side and then did an X pattern on the other, and doing it at a steep angle and getting down in here and getting some purchase down in this corner to get up. And actually, once I started moving it left and right, it actually started it to come off. So with that, good luck. Wow, extra special amateur night in the garage today. I had the volume anyway, had everything taped over so it wouldn't be so loud in the car. But so here I got it cleaned up, and if you do nothing else in your cleaning process, you have to clean that inner race. So that 90 degree, this is the inside of the bearing, this is that 90 degree, excuse me, this is where that 90 degree sits as you put it in there. So if you have any corrosion or residue or anything in that seat, if you will, that 90 degree down in there, then you will not have a properly seated bearing. So you can see I'm nice and shiny, nice and cleaned up, and I'm going to go get our bearing out of the freezer and get her set up. Okay, doke. So here we go. Installation. I measured on each side. We're pretty good. We're pretty close. This side is a little higher, the front side. So I will see if we can adjust that with a little bit of initial pressure. So this is going to go on the back side, and I'm going to flip this around, stand by, because this is going to go to the back side. And we don't want it on the inside diameter of that bearing. We want it around the outside. And so for out here, stand by. Ah, man, it's gonna be real difficult. I'm gonna use this guy, and we can use the inner race on the guide, and then we'll get this guy moving. Stand by. Okay, here we go. So I measured on either side of it, and it's about 37, 38 millimeters on either side. So it's fairly even. So with that, let's see how easy it is for it to start going in. And this is literally one-handed, as I'm using a backup wrench on the inside, and it's literally going in that easy. And the installation really isn't a huge problem, but and I did put the bearing in the freezer to kind of help a little bit. But with that, I'm going to continue to do this, and we're going to seat it and make sure she's seated. It's very difficult to do one-handed. So with that, let's get it seated. All right, with the theme of down and dirty, there we go. We're fully seated, we're flush, and you know you've got it well enough on there when your retaining plate goes on flush. If the retaining plate is not flush against the wheel hub body, then you know you need to reseat that bearing. Also, if you can get your fingernail on the back side and feel the gap on that inside flange that I showed you that needed to get cleaned, you can also run your finger around there on the inside. But this is a really good telltale sign. So we're good, and we're gonna get these put on and get our hub face back on. Much like with the bearing process, use the same outer diameter in the back as with the bearing, and set your flange up and literally just pull it right on down. This is literally one-handed. That's how easy it is to pull that guy down there. Now with that though, I noticed that I did not get there we go, fully seated last time. So when I had it with that flange, I'm gonna go and see, because there was still a little wiggle. There was a wiggle, and this was not fully seated in the inner diameter of the bearing. So I put the little false drive shaft in there. I don't know what you call it. We'll call it, you know, that thing you put underneath that makes you look like you're wearing a turtleneck. It's called a dickie, if y'all don't know. But anyway, we'll call this the dickie, little dick. But hopefully we torque down the little dick and it will shore up and secure the hub flange as it did on the left side. So we'll see. Let's give it a shot. Discovery learning. Over. Okay, this side did that again. Totally uncool. It really is unnerving. So if you can see the play that I'm getting, that's because that flange that we had to knock that inner race off of in there is not fully seated into those bearings. So with that, I've got to get a smaller diameter inside bearing guide and pull that up against on that inner race. It's not the best idea, but maybe we'll try the little dickie first. But the little dickie requires putting that wheel nut on, and I don't want to have to take that wheel nut off. I want that to be a no kidding single time use. So much like the left side, I am going to do the smaller bearing race and put that joker on the inside bearing race very gently. Over. Yep, so torquing the wheel nut, tightened the little dickie false drive shaft, if you will. Tighten that right up. She's nice and tight now. Those bearings were a little loose, but it's definitely noticeably better, firmer, and on both sides. Note to everyone, so if you're having wheel speed sensor issues or any sort of faults, there was a bunch of, lack of better terms, smegma on the bottom of the wheel sensor. So try taking this off the little 5 millimeters, one electrical connector, and pull that thing out and clean off all the grease and smegma that was on there. It might be interfering. I mean, it was a lot on the left side, just a little bit on this side, but quite a bit of a buildup. So with that, that's front wheel bearings. Hit me in the comments, eviscerate me if you like. I did use anti-seize on the inside of the hub. I used anti-seize on the shaft for this guy here, and everything went back together real nicely, as you saw. So with that, we're putting more parts on. Stay tuned. 19 out.